Welcome back to a fresh episode of Missin, Curfew, Updog. All-star content continues, fella.
One of our favorite kids.
Clayton Keller.
Stud. 7 years in the league already.
Yeah, I think I mentioned this in the interview. Like, I feel like I'm his friend now.
Yeah.
I got drunk with him at
I kind of silently put it in hhis ear during the interview that maybe he should stay at his place during the Waste Management Open.
Yeah, we're not there yet. I appreciate you putting it there.
I was kind of like, hey, you're here at the All-Star game. Open's going to be in there. I think you guys are out of town. What do you think?
I was thinking I
bet she's got a National League pass.
I had to stay at the Sheridan Oasis Desert Inn.
You buy that by the hour?
No room service.
One of the hotels you get by the hour, eh?
I've been to those hotels.
Give the guy a little elbow.
Cal's, man, a great kid. He's been great for us, Updog. Listen, man, he plays the game the right way. You've talked a lot about his injuries he's come back for.
Yep.
He's having a great year. He's been great to us. Friend of the pod, like I said, but just a cool, chill kid is what I like about him.
He's one of those, the part of the American Mafia, the new kids, coming up.
Yeah, you're right, Updog. Those boys sitting around Matty Kachuk's house. They got to figure it out, those boys. They all know each other. They've come up together.
World power. They're coming after the boys, aren't they?
They're coming after the fellas. So
you gotta like what they're doing. And he's a little Patty Kane. Plays like Patty Kane. They all looked up to Patty Kane, all those boys, and you can see like the style of game and complements it well.
That's a great comparison. And he scored an unbelievable shootout goal the other night against Tampa. So Clayton Keller from the Rock Bar, Fort Lauderdale.
How are you?
All-Star weekend rolls on, Updog, friend of the pod, Clayton Keller. Kells, I feel like, buddy, we might be like officially friends now, bud. After the other night, I think we might be officially friends.
Yeah, we're officially friends.
Yeah, that was nice, buddy. What a pad Chucky's got there.
Oh, it's one of the best I've seen.
I'm sure yours isn't so bad in the desert there too, bud. I'm sure.
It's all right, yeah.
It was cool as a Canadian guy there, hanging out with all hockey, USA hockey, right? Like all the boys hanging out.
Yeah.
And I guess that program you guys come up through, that's how you guys get to know each other. I know from St. Louis, Chucky, but just talk about the the program, I guess.
Yeah, the U.S. program, it's great. I mean, we all keep in touch nowadays, and we were so young back then, but we're pretty much friends for life. We spend 2 years together every single day. So it was a special group, and it's nice to have a lot of guys around the league and continue to keep in touch with them.
You think the Rooshkis are doing that when they come in? They're all sitting around drinking some vodka.
I don't know. I was just hoping that Hockey Canada was doing that. I'm like, these guys got to figure it out. I don't know when the next World Cup's going to be, but I was like, this American team's bonding down here in South Florida.
Bunch of glue guys on this squad.
Is the boys doing this too or what? Because these boys are fucking up one game, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Huh?
The sushi alone, I was like, Matty, that's a nice little spread.
Yeah,
he's like, go eat. I'm like, I'm trying to lay off, but I'll have a couple pieces of sushi. But
yeah.
What All-Star game is this for you, fella?
Third.
So we'll just talk us through it. How is it? Get easier every time? Better? More enjoyable?
Yeah, I think definitely. I think this year's, I guess, a little bit different. Just with my injury last year, I kind of didn't know what to expect coming into this season. How I would play, how my leg would hold up. So just super thankful to be here, and there's so many great players here. So I'm just trying to relax, enjoy it, and spend some time with my family as well.
It's cool.
Yeah, the ocean and salt water is good for healing the bones, bud.
Yeah,
healing the bones.
It's pretty nice here.
Yeah, talk a little bit about that injury for 1 sec, because I went through it too. I think I sent you a message when you did it. Mentally, you got back to a good spot with it, comfortable on it to start the year. Like it was like a fresh, clean slate, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think it took a couple games, but even in training camp, it was like, I don't know, it might be a little bit later, and then just kind of, like I said, got better and better, and then after that, it was just normal, and it was something that I never really thought of when I was playing. So that's when I knew I was kind of back to myself, I guess.
Did you give anyone credit through this process that you went through of pushing you to be like, hey, just trust it? Was someone you worked with that was like there along the way going, hey, you know what, today's going to be tough, but let's just get you through it? Was there anyone that
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people, and I think our team did an unbelievable job treating me, and I also have a treatment lady out of Boston who's basically family now, and we've always been in touch since I went to BU, and she was something that definitely helped me, and got me to
she's
where
the
I
secret
was
sauce,
even better.
huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Don't give her away too much. You got to keep those close. Those good,
I know.
those ones that take care of you.
Yeah.
Well, those are long days. Like I was lucky, Kels. I never had any surgeries or nothing. My buddy Updog was banged up a little bit, but like guys I played with having to go through that and come back, like it's one thing to go in the gym and train, and that's kind of fun. But when you're rehabbing and try to come back, it's a grind more mentally than physically. Or what was the hardest part, I guess?
Yeah, I would say for sure. I think just because I couldn't do, everything that I wanted to do on the gym or, even on the ice. It was, the longest I'd ever been off skates, and it was just like a slow process. And it was great to finally get better. And it was kind of a off season where I wasn't really training. I was doing rehab the entire time. I didn't, so there was, like I said, just got better and better, and it was good to, feel like myself.
And it must have affected your golf game a little bit too. I've heard a rumor that you're a stick too. What's your handicap? Are you
scratch?
Oh, Updog, we got a little competition for you, bud.
But I went low the last 2 rounds.
Did you?
Just ask him. They'll tell you.
I was,
we played
I was 70 back home before I got here, 31 on the back 9.
Wow.
And yesterday I got in my boy's pocket. I was 33 on the back at Adios, which is a proper track here.
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
what
the
I
Whisper.
heard.
It's the Whisper Rock of Palm.
That's impressive. That's
the game's
impressive.
tight.
I had a tough start, Kels. I did the old. I went a little 48-38.
Okay.
48-38. I'm going through a little swing change, Kels, trying to stay behind it, trying to lay it off a little bit.
Get some swing on.
I was caught between a cut and my old fucking duck hook, and I was just like trying to steer job it out there, and I was like finally at the turn. Took a breather, and I got a little 38. And then we played. Nice. We actually played 27 yesterday. It was so nice out there. It was
That's
so
unbelievable.
Nice.
Do you keep the clubs like close to you during the season? Do you tuck them away?
Normally I like to put a little bit, but this year, like, everyone's like, how many rounds you played? I'm like, I've barely played actually. Our schedule's been so crazy. We had the long road trip, 2 of them or whatever, and then came home and played every other day for like 3 weeks. And it's like, it's such a grind.
The dog days.
We were just like, we don't even want to golf. We just want to, sit outside and relax. Like,
playing in Phoenix is nice. This time of year, waste management starts to happen.
We're
Talk a little about the waste management. Obie's going to be there next weekend.
Kels is out of town. I was like, fella, I'm going to be there. It's going to be just a gong, even more of a gonger.
Yeah, it's going to be insane. I mean, even with the Super Bowl this year, it's going to be absolutely wild.
They're keeping you guys as far away from that city at the time.
Our last road trip probably of the year when they make us, we're gone the whole week.
Yeah, they deserve it. After the start, you guys had been on the road trip for fucking 20 days or whatever, 13 games. A lot of underwears on those road trips. I'm like, boys better be getting Lululemon cards.
You just flip them inside out.
Throw them in the room, man. Those aren't fucking done. Those aren't coming back.
Yeah, to just keep buying them.
Keep buying them. But the one thing about golfing during the season, I was lucky. I played in Tampa, Anaheim, some places.
Yeah.
You don't get a whole lot of time, right? Like you said, and then you're so tired or you're banged up, your wrist isn't on your elbow, your groin. It's just like you don't get a whole lot of time to enjoy it.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think, like I said, sometimes you're tired, but, sometimes it is nice to, maybe grind one out and, it's nice weather and, just get away from the rink, couple, laughs. And I think that's, that's the best part.
How nice is Silverleaf?
It's awesome.
That's where he's a member.
I know.
Yeah.
It's so sick. Jovo was a member there when we played.
Okay, yeah. So
he actually lived on the course
sick.
at the time. Jovo
did it right.
Jovo did it right. He'd have all our Halloween parties and Christmas parties. He had a proper shack.
That's awesome.
You got any golf buddies out there that play? Like, do you play golf with any of the guys on tour?
Yeah, I've actually was lucky enough to play with John Rahm quite a bit.
Nice.
So that was pretty cool.
He doesn't hit it far.
Oh, he's got an ass like a hockey player. Right? He could have played hockey. That guy.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. Who else? Ches Reavy and Kevin Streelman a little bit. Those are, the 3 guys that I was lucky enough to play with. Yeah. And Rahm was unbelievable. I mean, he shot like 10. I played with him like actually 3 days in a row. He shot 10 under, 12 under.
He just made an absolute joke.
And he was like, what's your handicap? I was like, scratch +1. He's like, I'll give you 3 inside.
Oh, you okay, Johnny?
You're like, John, settle down. Give me 5 at least. Give me 5 inside.
The first day, I actually was kind of in it until like 10, and then he just went on a tear, and then the other days it was like those 12 unders could have been 14. Like he missed like a little, a 10-footer for eagle or birdie. Like so he scared the hole on a lot more. Like it was unbelievable. Like he is just great guy and hits it so far, hits it so good. I didn't see him make a bogey in 3 days.
Yeah, I was gonna say so we're boys with Brendan Steele and Steeler's like top 5 in driving every year. So when I play with him, the thing I notice the most is how far he hits his driver. Like with Rahm, who's #1 player in the world, former. What was the most important thing, or the most impressive thing? Sorry, the distance, the control, or just everything together?
I mean, I think a mix of everything with him. Like he hits just like the straightest like little cut ever. It's not like our cuts. It's just
it doesn't have that little wounded duck. Sit down, sit. Uppy, is that in? Where is that? Uppy, is that in?
Just pick it up.
Yeah. I think I see a sprinkle head over there. That's free relief.
But yeah, like just his straight cuts, and I think his short game is. Everyone always talks about his short game's like unbelievable, and like I think he only missed like 2 greens when I played with him, and. The one time he did, it was like the pin was like right above a little ridge, and you kind of either have to like bump and run it up there or like fly it up there. And he hit this shot like he was on the front of the green, and he just like clipped it perfectly, landed like an inch in front of the hole, and stopped right next to it. And I was like, all right,
you're like, hey, John, good shot. I would have putted that, by the way. I would have putted that, but good shot, buddy. Good shot.
How do you hit that one? But
if he was to play another sport, what do you think he'd play? Like when you get to know him now, and like, would he be a football player?
I mean,
would he be like he's a monster.
Couple said his legs and ass ROMs are like.
Yeah, no, he's big. He's big, strong guy. Like I don't know, maybe hockey.
Yeah, he'd be good.
Put him in the front of the net for your power play. Hey, Romer, just go stand in front. When I come off the half wall, just move a little bit. All right, I'm going to snap it home.
I see you wearing an Oura ring.
Yeah.
How are the scores here this weekend? Probably not the highest.
Yeah,
probably
put it on.
Yeah, my scores aren't going to be that great here in South Florida.
Yeah.
So the Vancouver Canucks were ahead of the scale on the Oura rings, and one day I come in my second year and Van calls in, the GM or the strength guy's like, we're going to give you guys sleep watches. I go, you're going to what? You're going to wear this watch for 2 weeks and we're going to monitor your sleep. I go, is this allowed in the union or what? I'm like talking to the guys, like, I go to Mason Raymond, I go, I'll give you fucking $1,000 to wear my watch. Like,
He's got 2 watches.
Put my watch on. So
I think you're sleeping together.
We go out Cowboys, we beat the Flames at home, we go out Cowboys. The whole team went out. So then 2 weeks later we do it, and the guy comes in, individual, then does the team, and he's like, yeah, you guys are pretty good. I don't know what happened here in Calgary, though. Here, the sleep schedule was a little low. We're like, the boys are out till 6 that day. But I was like, sleep watch. What is going on here? So, but that stuff's important for you guys now, right? Like recovery and all that shit's really.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, going back to our schedule. I mean, that was a big thing. Just trying to get as much rest as I could. It wasn't even back to my injury, just coming off that and like just the craziest schedule. I had to make sure I was, on top of it when I needed to be. And yeah, it's something that I just kind of like to, keep track of or look at sometimes.
It's a few times you use the word rest. I'm going to have to send you a t-shirt. I got my saying when I played Kells is rest is a weapon.
Rest is a
weapon, buddy. So I'll send you a nice soft tee that says rest is a weapon.
Awesome.
All right, brother.
That's putting in some time on the couch, eh? Rest is a weapon.
I tell him he's got to listen to the body. Hey, boys, I can't do it today. I got to just relax. Got to relax.
Chill
listen to the body.
out,
You got a lot of family here?
Yeah, decent amount, yeah.
So your cousin Chad, Uncle Chad, here? I miss him. He was he used to tape my twigs so great in St. Louis.
Did he?
Oh yeah, he'd have them all cut off, fresh laces. I mean, he was a solid trainer. He was good.
That's the best. Yeah, I wish he was still working.
How's Stan doing?
Stan's doing great.
Butsy's still there? Stan Butler? Stan Butler. Sorry,
Stan Butler's your World Junior coach.
Yes,
my bad. Stan,
Yes, he's
Has he taken you out of the horses yet?
Yes, yeah.
I nearly died one day. I didn't know I was allergic to horses, and he took us out there.
Really?
And I got like a half hour out, and I started sneezing, and my eyes got all fucked up.
Way.
And my girlfriend at the time was looking at me. She's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Getting a little hot." Turn the horses around and we start galloping back. I had to go get an EpiPen in the ass, or I was done. Couldn't breathe, and so. But anyway, I was done. It was crazy.
So you're not made for westerns.
You're
not going to be in the next western movie. Updog's not going to be starred in fucking.
Exactly.
Oh, it's not for me. These fucking big ass horses.
Your groins are sore the next day.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for the horse that I would ride. I'd fucking get the Clydesdale out for me. Kells, I was talking the other night, like, obviously I've become a huge fan of yours, but your team in general, man. We're on the Coyotes bandwagon. We like Mall Arena, but it's more than just that. It's the way you guys play. Your coach has done a great job. Like, I really believe you guys are building something heading in the right direction. Is that how you're feeling, like, coming into this break and coming out of the break, that, hey, whatever, think what you want. We're coming, though.
Yeah, definitely. I think, this year was definitely a challenge just with everything going on and new arena, little things, but I think, we have a great group of guys and we really stuck together and have a great coaching staff. So, they made it super easy on us. And I think, like you said, it's something that we're trying to build for the future. We might have not have the team that, was eventually going to end up there, but we're all building a culture and just trying to be the best team we can be every single night, and like you said, just building for the future. And that's something that I want to be a part of. I don't want to necessarily go anywhere else. I like Arizona, and it's a great place to play, and new rink, and Then we go from there.
We're pushing hard for the new rink too on Missin Curfew for you boys.
Thank you.
There's no easy games at the mullet. When people come into the mullet, listen, I've been on the fucking Coyotes money line a few nights at the mullet. I'm like, I'll take the Coyotes at plus 280 here.
You got the visiting squad staying right down on Mill Ave or whatever. They're they're kind of, their heads are all fucked up. They get to the rink, I
know, but I'm the other way. I think that makes a team better on the road, right? Especially the Ducks. I think the Ducks beat you last week. I found out they had their rookie party. I was like, I would have bet the Ducks. They just had their rookie party. They kind of had a bad year.
They did. They had their rookie party before.
I think they were there like 4 days.
3-4 days, yeah.
To me, I always played good after rookie parties. I don't know. It's like, fucking guilty, here we go, boys. I was like, hey, boys, let's get the win here. So we can go out tonight, too. Hey, we go out tonight.
Has Richie had you up to his golf course in Pine Canyon?
Yeah, I played there, yeah.
Great course, right?
I played with him, I think, once or twice, 2 summers ago.
Did you get in his pocket? Richie and Obie are boys.
He's a sandbagger.
He is a sandbagger.
He's a fucking sandbagger. He's a sandbagger.
He can't drink and golf, though. He can't drink and golf.
He hits a 2-iron fucking 300 yards almost.
All right, Richie, you hear me? He can't drink and golf. I'll take you on anytime.
I'll tell you real quick before you get in. I brought Richie to my member guest at Big Canyon, right? And I go, fella, good news, bad news. We're afternoon group the next day, but we got to go morning, right? And then fucking me and him just get in one, right? Yeah. It's like we're going off at like 7:30. I'm trying to get him off. We get to the course, pull into the valet. I'm like, fella, let's go. He's like, give me a second here. Goes over the bush. He's just like, I'm on the tee. They're like, where's your partner? I'm like, he's just puking in the parking lot. But give him 1 second, and then he comes. And he's just like,
Richie, awesome. Baby. Yeah, the first time I brought Richie out, or maybe not the first time, but we were playing Silverleaf, and everyone's like, all right, what's the strokes? What's everyone's handicap? He's like, I'm like a 3. And he was like 5 under through 15.
No, he stripes it, bro. He stripes it.
He's sick. Yeah, he's great golfer.
We get to the member guest, and he gets up there, and he's just bombing drive. And he hadn't been playing a whole lot. He's bombing a driver out, bombs driver out, and then he gets out that 2-iron, starts just peppering, and he looks at me, he's like, she's a 2-iron track, she's a 2-iron track. I go, why do you get 2 out of the first 4 holes? We would be 6 over here, Richie. He's like, she's a 2-iron track, she's a 2-iron track.
That's awesome.
I'm going to see that guy next week at the Waste Management. I can't wait to see him. He loves you. So
yeah, great guy.
Kel, thanks for everything, buddy. Enjoy the weekend. Let's get out and play some golf whenever you can in the off season, whatever. Sure. But we're going to come to the mall in the second half and check out a game. So
yeah,
we appreciate it, brother.
Let me know.
Thanks for everything. I appreciate it.
My man, thanks.
Thank you. That was great.